Hey guys, welcome back to this week's Sunday haul. So if you're new to my channel, these are videos where I unbox and share all of the new makeup that I got throughout the week. And I turn the camera around and focus on the products themselves. We open everything up, do some close-ups, some swatches, and then at the end of the video, I'll let you know my thoughts on the makeup that I was able to try out throughout the week. So let's go ahead and just jump right in and get started, and I'll meet you back here at the end with my final thoughts. Good morning, guys. It's Monday. I just got 2 boxes in the mail, and these are both things that I ordered for Black Friday. So I got some things from Soko Glam and also from Tatcha. So anyway, I figured we'd take these boxes upstairs and we'll open everything up and see kind of what the textures are like. And I'll be sure to let you know at the end of the video, since it is Monday, I'll have some time to try these out over the week. And I'll be able to let you know my initial thoughts on some of these. So anyway, let's go ahead and check them out a little bit closer. All right, so let's check out what I got from Soko Glam. I got 2 toners and a serum. So the first toner I got, let me just move this out of the way, is the Benton Let's Carrot Oil Toner. It sounded like an interesting concept. It has different oils in the formula. I think it's the kind that you have to shake up and kind of mix it together, but I love that it's in a spray. I thought that was so neat. It just makes it super easy. You don't need cotton or anything to apply it with. So it says it's rich in nutritious carrots and botanical ingredients that deeply moisturize and revitalize your skin. This toner is absorbed into the skin smoothly with minimal stickiness and helps to protect and moisturize. So I'm just going to spray a little bit on my hand and we'll see what the texture is like. So it has a really super fine mist. And it does feel a little bit like an oil, but also it's not greasy. Wow, it just actually sank right into my skin. It doesn't look like an oil slick at all, but guys, this feels so soft right now. This feels like it's gonna be a very deeply hydrating toner. So I'm excited to try this out. I'll be sure to let you guys know at the end of the video how I like it so far. The other toner I got is the Maid Sarah Cream Double Essence Toner, and this one also is very hydrating. It's a double layered toner. It says it has a moisture essence layer and then a cream essence layer to strengthen the skin's barrier and improve the skin's texture. I've tried the Laneige Milk Toner. I think that's what it's called, or it's a cream toner, and I really like that one, but I thought I would try this one. It looks like actually very thick. And this is also a dual phase product that you have to shake up. You can kind of see the pink section, which I think is the cream, floating on top of the other section. So I'm just gonna shake these together. And I'm just gonna put a little bit over here on this hand. So it's a little bit of a thicker toner. It has a milky type of consistency. Oh wow, this feels really hydrating too. It's like instantly my skin doesn't feel dry anymore. That is so nice. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for these, especially now that it's heading into winter and it is so dry in here. We're running the heat every single night. And then the third thing that I got is the Neogen Real Ferment Micro Serum. This is the 3rd bottle I've purchased of this. I think it's the 3rd, maybe the 4th. So this says that it's an intensive gel serum that contains 61% of the ferment complex. It also has panthenol to reinforce the skin and help with elasticity, and it's supposed to give instant hydration and radiance and help your skin to be firmer, brighter, and healthier looking. So the reason that I love this is because for a serum, it's very thick. It's almost like a moisturizer. Let me show you guys. So it's not runny at all. It just kind of stays in place. But then as you apply it, I don't know if you guys can see just how emollient this is. It's just really rich and comforting for my dry skin. So I love layering this underneath my moisturizer. It helps my skin to look really plumped up and dewy all day long. And products like this that are so plumping and full of moisture really help your skin to look smoother, and it makes the fine lines and wrinkles look way less apparent. Even if it's not a permanent fix for them, I just feel like my skin always looks really good when I use the serum. So that's why I've repurchased it so many times. So that's my Soko Glam order. Then from Tatcha, I ordered 2 products, but they actually sent me 2 minis for free. I have a mini of their Essence, which I already have the full size of, and a mini of the Indigo Overnight Repair, which is actually one of the products that I purchased. So I love that they sent these over. I'm going to keep these for travel. And I talked about the Tatcha Black Friday sale in one of my Black Friday videos, and I asked you guys if you had any recommendations for products that I should try. And so many of you told me to try this Indigo Overnight Repair. I've been using their dewy skin cream and really have just fallen in love with it. So I've been wanting to try more from the brand, and a lot of you said this was amazing. So this says, compromised skin is renewed with Japanese indigo and ceramides, helps calm visible irritation, replenish the moisture barrier, and balance the microbiome. microbiome. And then here's a look at the jar. It's super, super heavy. And this says that it's a serum in cream with soothing Japanese indigo. All right, so at first glance, it looks like it might be thinner than the Dewy Skin Cream, which is a little thicker. Oh, wow. This texture is not what I was expecting at all. Okay, so I was expecting a really thin, light lotion, but this actually feels almost like an oil going on. It's like an oil cream. Hopefully you can see how dewy my skin looks. Wow. All right. This is really nice. I would say it's just as dewy as the Dewy Skin Cream, if not more. I mean, look at the difference. This hand already looked very plump and dewy from the micro ferment serum, but this one might look even more dewy than that. So my skin is going to be so happy this winter. I'm really excited to start trying all of these out. And then the other product I got from them is the Texture Tonic. So this one says that it gently exfoliates, visibly evens skin tone, calms visible redness, and wicks away excess oil. It has niacinamide and resurfacing fruit AHAs. So I like that they said this was a gentle exfoliant because as I get older, I notice my skin getting a little bit more sensitive. I'm just going to put this here because I don't want to put it on top of all the moisturizing products that I just put down. So it's just a very light, watery texture. And as I'm working it into my skin, it's weird. My skin almost feels smoother right away. Normally, I feel like exfoliating products tend to work overnight. And like when I wake up in the morning, it'll feel like my skin is smoother. It could just be the texture of this product, but it's making my skin feel very, very silky. And this has a slightly herbal scent. I didn't notice any scent in the indigo cream or in the other products from Soko Glam either. So this is the first product I'm using today that really smells like something. But it's very pleasant. I don't mind herbal scents at all. So anyway, guys, I'd love to hear what you think of the products. Have you tried any of these or do you think you might end up trying them? I know by the time you're watching this video, Black Friday sales are still going on. So keep that in mind because all of the Soko Glam stuff is 35% off. The Tatcha is 25%. So I'll leave everything linked down below. What's up, guys? It's Tuesday. I just got a package from Colourpop and they sent over the Manifest This Press Powder Palette Vault. So it looks like they have some new holiday vaults. They have this one with 6 9-pan palettes in it. And then they also have the Feels Like Magic Super Shock Vault. I know they did a Super Shock Vault last year. I got it. It was amazing. So let's open this up, check it out. We'll do some swatches. So all right. Ooh, these are pretty. Look at this one, Extra Coin. It's like a gray, cool toned one. You have some blues, some greens. These sort of look a little bit monochromatic. Then we have one with some warmer tones, oranges, yellows. This one's got reds and pinks, and then we have a neutral brown. So I'm just going to go ahead and take these out of the packaging. We'll take a close look at each one, and we'll do some swatches. Okay, so first up we have Island Vacay. This one has mostly neutral browns, but you also have a couple of rosy tones right there, which are really pretty. This one reminds me a little bit of Going Coconuts in that it's very neutral and it's not overly warm or cool toned, but I love the addition of the rosy tones in this one. It just makes it even better. All right, so the next one is Pink Drink. And this one has 2 columns of very pink shades, and then over here is kind of a little bit more coral and peachy. So I like that they mix it up a little bit. You have some cool mixed with some warm tones. And here's a look at this one. It has 3 shimmer shades, 6 mattes, and if you like brighter, bolder colors, I think you'll really love this palette. And I do like how the peachy shades complement the pink. I think they go together really well. Next up, we have Sunny Days, and this one has some peachy shades as well as some gold and yellow. Some of these shades seem a little bit shifty and kind of a duochrome. This one right here, it seems to shift from gold to peach or pink. And then also this peachy shade looks like it has a little bit of a gold sheen to it as well. So this one is also really soft and pretty. Next up is New Money, and this one we have some greens in the first 2 columns, and then the last one is blue. So I like that they're mixing these up a little bit, and it's not just all one solid color. I know like the Just My Luck palette was all green, and I like that they just add a little bit of something different in this one. Okay, so in this one we have 4 shimmer shades, 5 mattes. This one again has like multicolored glitters in it, so it's very sort of shifty and multi-dimensional. It's really beautiful. I also really like these minty and robin's egg blue shades as well. Those are a little bit more unique. You don't see them in a lot of palettes. Moving on, palette number 5 is Sweet Vibes, and this one is super pretty, but I happen to really love purple. So in these 2 columns, you have purple shades, and over here you have some blues to kind of complement those. Okay, so this one is gorgeous. I really love this soft blue. Also, this gray or silver shimmer is such a soft color. Most of the time, silvers are like really metallic and shiny, and I like just how soft and subtle this one is. It's so pretty. And then this purple too is just gorgeous. So I really like this one a lot. And then last but not least, we have Extra Coin, which has really beautiful, just cool toned taupes and silver and gray. Okay, so I officially love this one. I think this one's definitely my favorite. Not only does it have the cool tone grays, but it also has some shades that when you swatch them look a lot rosier, like this one and this duochrome. This one is also a duochrome, which is like gold that almost looks like it has a little bit of green shift to it. And then you have this really metallic silver, and this actually seems like a new formula for Colourpop, so I just want to talk about that really quickly. Each one of these palettes has one of those shades, and it kind of seems like it's a pressed glitter, which normally I don't like, but when you pick these up and swatch them, they actually swatch more like a shimmer shade. They're very held together. It's just almost like it has glitter glue mixed right into it, so it's not going to be falling all over the place, and I think these are going to grip to your eyes really well. So I think Colourpop is finally listening to everybody, and they've come up with an alternative for their pressed glitters. Hey guys, it's Wednesday and I just got a couple PR packages in the mail. I got something from Kopari and also from Sigma. So first up with Kopari, they sent over some of their newest products. The first one is the Ultra Restore Body Butter, which you guys have heard me talk about many times. I actually have an open jar of it right here and mine is almost completely gone. It's down to the very bottom, and this is the best body butter. It's my favorite, not only because it has this amazing tropical scent. It smells like coconut, but not straight coconut. It doesn't smell like sunscreen. It's just more of a general tropical scent. It smells kind of like a coconut cream pie or something. Like it has a little bit of vanilla in it too. It's really, really wonderful. And it's ultra hydrating. So this has been my favorite body butter. It does come in other scents as well. And then they also sent their Pink Glow exfoliating body polish, which is something I've never tried before. So I'm really excited for this one. It also has AHA and PHA. So it's a chemical and physical exfoliant, golden peptides, and sea salt. And it says that it's scented like grapefruit. So let's check it out. Oh wow, this smells amazing. It's like a real grapefruit scent. It doesn't smell fake at all. And this has a really nice texture to it. It's very, very soft. Now that I just put body butter, I'm gonna just put this over here just so you can see the texture. But it has a real creaminess to it, so these grains of salt aren't just gonna like fall all over the place in chunks. They really stick to your skin, which is nice. And I also love that it has the chemical exfoliants as well. So I think if you're using this, probably you should put it on, leave it for just a minute or two and let the chemicals work and then wash it off. They also sent over some of their lip glossies. So we have Sheer Blush, Nude Beach, and Beachy Peach. So I want to swatch all of these for you guys. These say that they're a tinted coconut flavored lip balm that hydrates and adds shine. So first we have Sheer Blush, and this is a really soft baby pink color. I love that. Next we have Nude Beach, which is more of a peachy nude color. These aren't going to add a ton of color to your lips. They're very sheer for the most part. And then the last one is Beachy Peach. This one has probably the most color. Not really. Once you sheer it out, it's not a lot. But these are just so soft and pretty, and you can just apply them without a mirror. They're going to add a little bit of color, but you don't have to worry about being precise with them. So anyway, that's what Kopari sent over, and I believe their Black Friday sale is still going on as of the date that I'm filming this video. So if any of their products interest you, definitely head over and check them out. I can't say enough good things about their body butter. It's incredible. And also they have an oil body cleanser that's coconut scented, but I think it comes in other scents. And I really love that as well. And I'll link that down below just in case you want to check it out. All right, and then here's what I got from Sigma. So it says here, these are their mini eyeshadow palettes, your perfect holiday stocking stuffers. And they sent Warm Neutrals, Ambiance, Cor de Rosa, and Enchanted. These are $27 each, but again, Sigma is having a huge Black Friday sale, and you can stack my code Jen Phelps on top of it. So definitely don't forget to do that because most brands are not allowing influencer codes on top of the sale this year. So, all right, let's take a quick look. I do already have the Enchanted mini palette, so I'm not not going to open this one, but I can show you the one that I have. It's really pretty, and it just has some of the exact same shades that are in the original, so it's not different. They just took selected shades from the bigger palette. So if you already have the bigger palette, you have all of these shades already, but I feel like these are just really great for travel because if you don't want to have to bring the larger palette with you, you can just use these instead. So I figured we could do some quick swatches of each one and check them out a little closer. Okay, so here's Enchanted first, and what they did with this one is they took 3 cooler tone shades from the big palette here and then 3 warmer shades, and the topper that's in the middle has both the cooler green tones and also the warmer brown. It kind of shifts between the two. So I think you could use this topper either with these 3 shades or also you could use it with the cooler ones. So I really like how they did that with this one. Next up, we have Ambiance. The larger one is a fully neutral palette. So you have all of these really pretty browns and bronze and gold. It's really beautiful. Okay, so here's this one. And I think it's really the perfect neutral travel palette. You have 3 mattes, 3 shimmers. And I feel like the shimmers are very different from each other. So you can really create very different looks with it. I feel like oftentimes brands don't do that and they put colors that are just too close to each other in a smaller palette. And I like when they just add a little bit more variety because if you're taking it on travel, you want to be able to get a few different looks out of it at least. Next up is Corda Rosa, and I really love the bigger version of this palette. It's one of my favorites from Sigma because I really just love the rosy tones. So let's go ahead and swatch this one. Okay, so this one is just so soft and pretty. I feel like they took some of my absolute favorite shades out of the larger version and just put them into this smaller one. It's really just the perfect mix and a great selection of some of the best colors from the Corda Rosa. And then last but not least, we have the Warm Neutrals mini palette. And this one, I feel like they kept it very soft. They didn't include any shades that were on the deeper side. You have basically mid-tones and lighter colors. And then with this one, I feel like they did something similar as they did with the Enchanted palette. You have some cooler tone shades. These pinks are just so stunning. And then you also have some warmer tones down this end. So it's a really nice mix of both. Hey guys, it's Friday. I just got a box from CColor Cosmetics in the mail. They sent over a few palettes, and one of them is the Death Valley palette, which is a collab that they did. It's their first collab, and it's with Sarah Jo, so I'm really excited to see what this looks like. So the letter that she sent over said that she was inspired by Death Valley with this palette when she took a road trip with her best friend. From the reds and yellows of the sunrise to the cool tones mixed into the cliffs and dunes. She also said that 5% of the profits from each palette is gonna go to the Neighborhood Housing Services of Southern Nevada. That is really nice, and I do love the mix of warm and cool tones in here. This is really pretty. They also sent over a cheek palette called Blossom, which looks really gorgeous. It looks like all matte shades, and then a larger palette called Neutrals. So let's open this one up and take a quick look. This is bigger than what their normal palettes look like. So, oh my God. Oh my God. This is a copy of TATI's palette, right? Her textured neutrals. Yeah, this is called Neutrals. It's gotta be. Oh my goodness. All right, so I kind of don't know how I feel about this. Obviously, the formula is not going to be the same either. Tati's formula was incredible. So we'll definitely have to go upstairs and compare the two, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on this down below. All right, guys, so I am really excited to check out this palette, and I have my Tati palette right here, so we can do some comparisons. So let's open this one up, and I'll just kind of put them side by side so we can see how they compare. Okay, so yeah, these are pretty much identical as far as the shades and the way that they're set up. So obviously, like I said, I don't think the formula is going to be the same, but we'll do some quick live swatch comparisons just so we can have a little bit of a comparison, and then I'll show you the whole palette swatched out. Okay, so I'm curious about the glitters, so let's start there. I'm just going to pick up this one and then this one. Now keep in mind my Tati palette is a couple of years old, so these glitters may have dried out a little bit. So these aren't exact. I think the CColor one has some silver glitters in it, while this one looks mainly like coppery orange. Let's just try another one. So there's this one, and then this one. Here's the Tati, and then CColor. Again, not an exact shade for shade match. But one thing that I'm noticing as I'm swatching is that the glitters in the Tati palette are kind of like spilling over the edge. They're a little bit more crumbly, and the CColor ones feel like they're held together a little more. But again, I feel like that could just be because the Tati palette is really old at this point, and whatever the base is that's kind of holding these glitters together just might be dried out. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. But let's go ahead and try some of the shimmer shades quick. I want to see this one from the Tati palette and then this one from CColor. Okay, so we have Tati and CColor. So yeah, the Tati one kind of swatched much more effortlessly. And again, they're not the same color. The Tati one has more of a deeper, kind of more grayish tone to it. This one's a little bit lighter and more silvery blue. Let's try another shade. Try this one. Okay, so there's the Tati and there's the CColor. That one's pretty close, almost identical in both the way that they applied and also the color. What about some of the matte shades? I'm curious about these too. Let's try this one, which is the orange shade with glitter, and then we'll try this one. Okay, so we have Tati here, and then CColor here. Okay, so the Tati one has more noticeable glitter to it. The CColor one, it's barely visible. That might be a good thing for some of you, and others might prefer a more glittery look. But also I felt like the Tati one was more pigmented just in one swipe, but I'm sure you could build up the CColor. Let's see. Yeah, it builds up very easily. Let's try another matte shade. So we have this one too, which was a beautiful one. It's like this rosy shade with the blue glitters in it. Okay, so again, we have Tati, very effortless. Her formula was amazing. And then the CColor one. So it's a little bit more patchy. It's not quite as pigmented. But again, I feel like this is something that if you really wanted, you could build it up and get the same kind of looks out of it. But the glitter is also not as pronounced in the CColor swatch. And then let's try a true matte shade. So we have this deep brown and then the CColor one. So here's the Tati and the CColor. Yeah, it's just not as pigmented, but you just go in one more time, build it up a little bit. I do think CColor has a good formula. It's just that Tati's formula was phenomenal. It was so good. So I don't feel like a dupe is ever going to really live up to the formula. But if you like the vibe of the palette and like I said, the way that it was set up with all of the different columns, then this might be a good option for you. Also, I don't know if this is still going to be going on when you watch the video, but they're having a 50% off site-wide sale for Black Friday. So this is $7 instead of $14. So I think for $7, whether the formula isn't as good as Tati's, I mean, it's $7, so it's probably worth it. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the whole palette out on my arm and we'll see what that looks like. Okay, so here's the whole palette, and I think the thing that stands out to me the most is that each of the glitter shades, which are up here, are not really any different than the regular mattes down here because you don't see the glitters. And I know the whole point of Tati's palette was to have all the different textures. You have the glitter, then the micro glitter mattes, then the regular mattes, and then the shimmer. And the ones with the glitter just kind of seem like a repeat of the actual matte shade. They're all just very slightly different in color, but that's just one thing to keep in mind. I'd really love to hear your opinion on this palette and whether or not it's something you would buy, or do you agree with them copying this palette? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Okay, so moving on, let's check out the Death Valley palette from Sarah Jo a little bit closer. So I know I showed it downstairs, but the lighting wasn't super good. So I really like this. It kind of reminds me of something, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. I'm loving these cool tones, this gray, this taupey shade, some of these browns, really beautiful. Plus you have those pops of warm colors, the reds and the yellow and gold. So again, let's just do a couple quick live swatches and then I'll swatch the whole palette. So I definitely want to see this color and this one as well. This looks interesting. I'm wondering if it's a duochrome or if it's just a light shimmer. I think it's just a light shimmer. Okay, so those swatched really nicely. I want to see in particular how the yellow matte and the red swatch. Okay, so the yellow, it's a little bit on the sheer side. The red one is more pigmented. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this whole palette out. I'll be right back. All right, so what do you guys think of this color story? Do you like the warm tones mixed with the cool? Does this look like any other palettes that you might own in your collection? I'm trying to think if it looks like something I already have, and I can't decide. I was thinking the Natasha Denona Sunset palette or like the Yes Please from Colourpop, but those didn't have the cooler tones in it either, so I think that makes it a little bit different. Last but not least, let's take a look at the cheek palette. So this one has a beautiful range of blushes in here. You have some cooler tone pinks, you have some warmer colors. So let's go ahead and swatch this and we'll see what all the colors look like. Okay, so these are very, very pigmented. This is like one swipe of each color. So you're definitely gonna have to be careful, especially when using the deeper colors if you're lighter skinned like I am, because it's gonna show up really fast. But all in all, I think this is a really pretty blush palette. So anyway, guys, I'd love to hear what you think of all the CColor products down below. All right, guys, so that's everything. I want to just quickly touch on some of the things that I got a chance to try out this week. First is the skincare, because I was so excited for all of these products, and I have to say I've been loving all of them. I did try the Tatcha Texture Tonic just once because my skin is really dry and I don't like to exfoliate every single day. So I used this Monday night, the first night that I got it, and I thought my skin was baby smooth the next day. I used it in conjunction with the Indigo Overnight Repair. So the first night I just used these two products. I didn't want to introduce a whole bunch of new products all at once. So these two, I woke up in the morning, my skin looked so clear and healthy and just felt baby smooth and soft. So I was very happy with these two products. I didn't experience any breakouts or irritation from either one. And then the next night, Tuesday night, and this is kind of what I've been doing for the rest of the week, I used the Maid Sarah Cream Double Essence Toner first. So I'd put this on right after cleansing. So just using this product alone, I felt like it hydrated my face so well. And then on top of that, I added the Carrot Toner. I just spritzed this all over. I kind of let those two sink in for just a minute. And then I layered on the Real Ferment Micro Serum. And this is a favorite of mine. Like I mentioned in the video, I've purchased this over and over again. And I just love how plump and dewy it makes my skin. And on top of those other two products, it was even more so. And then I put the Indigo Overnight Repair on top. And I honestly couldn't stop touching my face. It felt so smooth. Once all the products actually sank in, I went to bed and I was laying there and I was just like, oh my gosh, my face feels so good. And in the morning when I woke up, my skin didn't look dry at all. It just looked really plump and dewy. So I love all of these products. I think individually they're all really good. If you added just like one of them to your routine, I think you would see a big difference. But all together, wow, I was really blown away. So I think I found my new wintertime skincare routine right here. In the daytime, I was using all of the Soko Glam products again, the two toners and the Micro Ferment Serum, but instead of the Indigo Overnight Repair, I was using the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. So that's really the only change I've been making during the day. Also, when it comes to the Colourpop Vault, I did wear the Extra Coin palette on Thanksgiving, and it really worked out perfectly because I love this shade right here in the middle. This is sort of like a duochrome. It's a bronzy shade, but it has a little olive green in it, and I was wearing an olive green dress. So it really kind of matched perfectly, and I used this one in my crease and then this one in the outer corner. And these two warm browns mixed with the olivey green duochrome on my lid just made a perfect combination. I honestly wish I took a picture of it. I didn't. I was meaning to, and then we were in a rush to get out of the house. We had to go all the way to Long Island, so I just completely forgot. But I really love this palette. I had a feeling that I would, and I can't wait to try the rest of the palettes in the collection. In today's video, I'm wearing the Warm Neutrals palette from Sigma, and I'm wearing these pink shades, and I really like these because they just make it super easy to come up with looks because you're sort of limited. You don't have a lot of choices, and it just sort of made the decision easier when I was picking out what colors to wear. So if bigger palettes overwhelm you, I think you'll really like these a lot. And again, Sigma's formula is just beautiful. So very happy with this one. I've also been wearing these Kopari lip glosses on and off. I'm going to just put the peachy one on again. And I was thinking they were going to be very sheer and not add a lot of color, but they do actually add more color than I expected. I could actually tell that I was wearing something on my lips, and I love the coconut scent of these. I know it's not going to be for everybody, but these are a very silky, very slippery, light lip gloss. They're not something super thick or heavy. And I think they're just perfect for keeping in your bag if you just want to touch up during the day, just add a little bit of shine and moisture and color. I think they're great. And then when it comes to the CColor products, I'm wearing the blush palette today. I decided to use this shade on my cheeks weeks, but I didn't get a chance to try the eyeshadow palettes. So if you'd like to see the dupe for the Tati palette compared to the original in a video, maybe like one on one eye, one on the other, let me know down below. But when it comes to the blush palette, these are very pigmented, just like I thought they were gonna be. So just kind of go easy with them. You don't really have to pick up too much, but there are some really gorgeous colors in here. So definitely check this one out. And that's everything that I got a chance to try. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. And I want to thank you all so much for clicking on this video. I really appreciate it so much that you spend your time here with me. And if you'd like to see another video, I'm going to just put one right up here on the screen that you can check out if you have some time. So thank you all so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.